been done before. I think the fact of the matter is, in places like Egypt, they took control back from maniacs. Another thing I've come to realize, I've come to realize I don't have a problem with Muslims anymore, as bad as they are, because the guys that are doing that shit are insane.
Yeah, they're not the norm, that's for sure.
Nah, they're not Muslims. They're insane, nutty Muslims. So I don't got a beef against Muslims anymore. I don't think they're trying to take over the world, and I don't think they're going to get to, they're not going to do it. But I do think there's a tiny, tiny little infinitesimal fraction of nutsos out there that are doing stuff. Does it need this giant technological spy machine? I don't think so. There's blowback. We're causing more problems.
Yeah, I saw an article by, like in the next 3 years, they say that they'll be able to track and follow every human being on the planet.
I don't think it's going to work.
I don't see how, but, you know, I'm not that technologically, I don't know how they would do it, but other than RFID chip.
We couldn't find Bin Laden for 10 years.
Well, they wasn't looking either. They already knew where he was at, probably.
No, brother, I got to tell you. There are 600,000 missing people from the United States every year that just disappear.
Yeah.
There are 200,000 children that just disappear.
Yeah, and if they were listening, if they'd been listening to all these calls, you know, why didn't they stop 9/11?
Exactly.
They were able to, you know, listen in on everybody. That's what I was saying. You know, it's just
how many murders? How many false murderers are in jail right now because the NSA heard conversations about who the real murderer was, but they're silent? Why in the Trayvon Martin case did we need that big, fat slob of an inhuman being? Notice I didn't say black, but she is a fat, disgusting slob. We have to ask her what Trayvon Martin said on the phone. We don't need to ask her. Play the tapes. But, you know, that's not entered into evidence. It's not their job to help us. You mean to tell me those Boston bomber motherfuckers never talked on the phone about shit?
Yeah, my dad worked at the Pentagon. My dad used to work at the Pentagon. He's passed away, but he told me back in the late 70s when I was just a young boy, you know, getting ready to start using the phone and stuff. So you watch what you say on there, they listen to that stuff. You know, and it was like, he's crazy. You know. But yeah, why didn't they exactly what you said? They could have, you know, a lot of people could be out of murder charges and all kinds of things. Play the tapes, like you said.
Well, why are there pedophile dudes that download those pictures, and they have thousands of them? Why aren't they busted after the second picture?
Yeah.
YouTube knows if I post nudity on my YouTube channel instantly.
Yeah, I went to sign in, and, you know, YouTube, if it's something adult content, makes you sign in your account, and I had I was on a VPN, a virtual private network, and it come up, I was in Afghanistan, they wouldn't let me sign in.
Oh, no shit.
They know exactly where. Yeah, I was here, but they wanted my mobile number in order to sign in to verify it. I'm like, that's all right. I'll take it off there. Well, hey, Rocket, good talking to you. Good luck on your alternate media broadcast network.
Hey, brother, bring stuff to the show. You read something good or see something good, feel free to contact the show. We'll try to get a clip of it, or just bring it to the table and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you got a email for the show?
Mm-hmm. It'll be listed down in the description of the show. I'll get it up there for you.
Okay, yeah, I'll send, if I see anything and you might want to talk about or be interested in, I'll send it to you guys. Yeah, I met DJ Doom on Twitter, or Spreaker too. Not met him personally, but tweeted back and forth and whatnot. And I've listened to Mr. E on your show, but yeah, I'll definitely do that. And
shit.
Every time you're on, I'll tweet it. I don't have I think about 300 followers or something, so I don't do a whole lot of that stuff. But I'm trying.
No, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. And we were kind of talking too. One of the things we really liked about the early Pete show when we first got involved. Once again, I'm not bagging on Pete. I'm just talking. We really liked when we had the chat room and there were a lot of people talking, and I felt like I was part of a community.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
nice.
good to be around like-minded people.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's a fact.
There were some very, very
at the same time.
Well, and there were some very, very talented people that are involved in that. Yeah, that had been run off, but anyway, but nonetheless, it was nice, man. It was kind of cool to feel like you were part of a community, and I look forward. I mean, I'm such a loser loner. I don't like people. I don't know. I'm a square peg. It's so nice to, like, it was something exciting to do every day, and it felt like we were gaining momentum, and I'm not crazy about my show. I mean, I'm making money off it. I'm motivated. I work on my show every day. I try to, provide a good product, but it was exciting to have more listeners, and I guess that's probably was my desire, because I don't really want people to just listen quietly and go away. I want you to talk, and I don't know, maybe it's sort of a Facebook syndrome. I want a community where I want somebody that disagrees with me but thinks the show is entertaining to call me.
You guys also might want to look at. Now, have you ever heard of Libsyn podcasting?
What about it?
They also have some of the podcasting network platforms give you your own iPhone app. If you guys could figure out a way to get an Android and iPhone app, where all you have to do is, hit the app instead of being, I know you got Spreaker, but that would get a lot of people that don't even mess with Spreaker. If you just hit that app and, you got a schedule or something, or,
You hear that, Mr. E?
What's that?
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, we got a bunch of people calling in, brother.
Oh, that's all right.
No, did you hear what he just said?
No, kind of. What he said?
He was talking about an iPhone Android app. You pick that up.
All right, got it.
I think you got to get, I think something like that, people could download it and just kind of, they wouldn't have to go through, other things. And then I know Alex Jones has got them. All these guys have got them. I don't know if Pete does or not, but a lot of the podcasts
We're going to do the show. We're going to do the show at the same time every day. We're going to try so that people know when they can tune in and we'll be on.
You guys doing a show tomorrow too? Or?
What's tomorrow?
Monday.
Tomorrow's going to be our inaugural. Tomorrow's going to be our inaugural show. This is just a test show.
So you're going to be live though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll get a lot more. Because I know you got quite a bit of listeners. I think once they know you're going live, you'll start to see a lot of more activity.
Well, every time I get discouraged, some fan says, I really like your show and it's super good and blah, blah, blah. It's like, man. I went to a buddy of mine's house maybe like 2 weeks ago. And when I came over, it was funny. We were downstairs. He's got a lot of people living in his house. And he goes, oh, hey, my buddy's upstairs. He would so be honored to meet you. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, he loves your show, man. I showed him your show. And then I go, sure, tell him to come downstairs. He did, and he comes up to shake my hand. He's like, wow, I really like your show. I'm like, and I was like flattered, but I'm like, what did you like about it? And he goes, well, I heard a show, and then I just sat down and watched a show and smoked a bowl and watched another show, and then the next thing I know, it was 6 hours later.
Well, these YouTube and podcasters and, people on, Spreaker even, a lot of people get a lot of fans, man. It's kind of like the new alternative to Hollywood stars.
Well, I wish people knew that we're such a consumer society, because I got to tell you, some shows I've worked hours and hours preparing, and, maybe they suck, I don't know, but only 100 people saw them. And they're good, So I would say to you, if you like the show, don't feel like there's no content. Go fish around. There's tons of stuff. I got hours and hours of very cool shows. Once in a while, we'll regurgitate them and post them again, and then people will make comments like, wow, that was awesome! And I think, well, we originally did that show like 6 months ago, but nobody heard it. And it's like a painting, you don't paint a painting, show it to everybody, and then throw it in the closet. You're supposed to hang it up, And you hope that people will come by and have never seen it before. People think that there's not They think that there's not a fresh show. They don't realize that there are tons of shows in archives that are just as equally entertaining while you're jogging on the treadmill or whatever you're doing. Lots of them.
True.
Right? Right in the street?
What's that?
Yeah, that's right, man.
There's tons of cool shows that we've done. And like I said...
Hundreds.
Hundreds, yep. And hours and hours and hours of stuff. Some of it's like sick. I mean, we play good music, too. We've been trying to get a sound going for our channel. If you like listening to our music, DJ Doom has been doing our Political Blender show, which we are thinking is a way to play news, display alternate media, and then also mix music into it so that it flows while you're listening to it. You can get kind of more of a cerebral experience. You can, wash dishes or do your job or surf the net or drive your car or play Call of Duty or something. Or dance.
It's a talk show you can dance to.
Yeah. Hey, as long as you can, have fun with it at the same time as, which this isn't really a fun field. It's kind of depressing, but if you can make it not so depressing, I think that's a big key to it. Because myself, I got really depressed, man, with everything that's been going on. And, I just sometimes I go months without getting on the phone and calling anybody, just trying to brainstorm and get to the bottom of, we were talking about earlier, is it the Jesuits or is it, this or that. It's absurd. You can't figure it out. You get
right.
You get a general idea to know that we're all slaves, and that's about all you need to know.
Well, yeah, and you start trying to, be pragmatic and start thinking of ways to improve your situation. And, and I don't want to curl up and die. Those people make me frustrated.
Yeah.
But, by the same token, do you know how to make moonshine?
No, I don't.
Do you know the exact steps so you can do it?
Do I know the exact steps?
Yeah.
No, I actually don't.
You know what? I can explain it in 10 minutes so that anyone can do it. It's such a simple secret. The government doesn't want you to know how easy it is. And that would be a great way to make a living.
Yeah, you can
be a great way to make a living after the.
You can barter real good with some moonshine.
Exactly, and you can make it out of lawn clippings. You can make it out of fruit and all kinds of stuff. But the actual process to extract the actual booze element and raise the alcohol content, enough that you can make it like work in a kerosene lamp. You can actually use it for lighting. Somewhat more advanced gas tooth work to make it so you can mix it in with gasoline. That's another step. But just booze itself, man, if you could have little bottles of booze with corks in it and say, how about I'll trade you for this, and be like, Holy Christ Almighty!
I've had some real harsh moonshine. I've had some real good moonshine.